What work experience do you have?
Basically, if it's all in a convoluted world, it's not necessarily what you would
Combined with that kind of egotistical work values that so often we proceed, but it's not necessarily like teamwork.
it's all valued. It's like I kind of go half with my perspective. It's not necessarily this kind of conjuncture of convoluted mess that we so often consume, you know?
Do you see yourself having a certain population that you would like to see yourself working with?
I'd say the populace is kind of general. My generalized sense of being, in which I kind of would base that specificity off of, is not neurological in the sense of my impulses. Okay.
All right, that sounds good. That sounds very all right. All right. And what was your degree in?
Yes, so I took the more of like, kind of like an esoteric property of which I based my degrees off of. It was back in when it was more of like a hierarchical structure
Involving what I can kind of convolute into this kind of diabolical mess that I experienced in 2012 before I graduated.
I see. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right.
What's the name of the company you work for?
Are you familiar with Sigmund Freud, the psychologist?
Yes.
Yes, so basically, it's think of like plants or animals. It's not like you want to get fresh air. It's not like this kind of like structured librarian-like format if I do need to read or whatnot.
Do you have any questions about the position?
I guess because if it's structured from more of like a hierarchical sense of like an analogous kind of society in which the esoteric mind may crumble under the egotistical views of the kind of the 1970s wave. would that kind of be incorporated into a more progression of the liberal arts, or?
I guess I'm a little confused by your question. Do you want to rephrase that, break that down for me a little bit?
Oh, for sure. Which part were you confused on?
Just like the basic point of the question. I don't understand. Go ahead and rephrase.
So I guess from a more like hierarchical sense, looking at it analytically and kind of indigenously from like a more structured format.
So it's like a more streamlined approach. It's kind of that tendency to have that hierarchical nature, that structure in which we desire, and that more
Egocentric kind of 70s, 80s mentality of how it was like a revival of the archetype.